Hello, science fans. Have you ever wondered what keeps our world moving from the cars on the highway to the lights in your home? Today, we're going to uncover the fascinating story of crude oil, a substance that's been shaping human civilization for over a century. Today, we're diving deep into the earth to discover crude oil, often called black gold. This nickname comes from its immense value and the way it has fueled economies and changed the course of history. Crude oil is a thick, dark liquid found far underground. It's not just used to power cars and heat homes, it's also the starting point for making thousands of everyday products, from plastics and crayons to medicines, and even some clothing fibers. But where does crude oil come from? It's a fossil fuel, formed from ancient plankton, tiny plants and animals that lived in the oceans millions of years ago, long before the first dinosaurs ever walked the earth. When these microscopic creatures died, their remains drifted down to the ocean floor. Over time, they were buried by thick layers of sand, mud, and rock, creating a natural time capsule deep beneath the surface. Over millions of years, the intense heat and pressure from the Earth's crust slowly transformed these buried remains into crude oil and natural gas. This process is incredibly slow, far longer than a human lifetime. Crude oil is made up of hydrocarbons, molecules that store energy captured from ancient sunlight. These hydrocarbons are the reason oil can release so much energy when burned. Deep underground, oil gets trapped in tiny spaces within porous rocks, much like water soaking into a sponge. These hidden pockets are what oil companies search for when they drill. The oil we use today is truly ancient, a time capsule of energy from Earth's distant past, preserved for millions of years until we bring it to the surface. Since it takes millions of years to form, crude oil is considered a non-renewable resource. Once we use it up, it won't be replaced in our lifetimes, or even in thousands of years. So, how do we find and use this incredible resource? Let's journey further to explore the science and technology behind crude oil discovery and extraction. So, how do we find crude oil? The process is a fascinating blend of science, technology, and a bit of luck. It's not just about stumbling upon a black sticky puddle. Finding oil is like searching for hidden treasure deep beneath the Earth's surface. It's not as simple as digging in your backyard. If it were, everyone would be striking it rich. Oil is usually buried far below the ground, often in places you'd never expect. Geologists, think of them as earth detectives, search for oil by studying rocks and the planet's history. They use their knowledge of geology to piece together clues from millions of years ago, when ancient seas and swamps covered the land. They look for special underground formations, porous reservoir rocks that can hold oil, and cap rocks that trap it below. These layers act like a sponge and a lid, working together to keep the oil hidden until someone comes looking. These oil traps can be hidden under deserts, jungles, or even the ocean floor. Oil can be found in some of the most remote and challenging environments on Earth, making the hunt even more adventurous. Geologists use maps, satellite images, and airplane surveys to spot clues like folds and faults in the Earth's crust. These features can signal where oil might be hiding, guiding explorers to the best places to investigate further. They gather rock samples and analyze data to build a picture of what's deep underground. In the lab, scientists study these samples for signs of oil, piecing together a story written in stone. Drilling is expensive, so they want to be as sure as possible before starting. A single well can cost millions of dollars, so every clue and every test matters. It's like trying to guess what's inside a wrapped present without opening it. You can shake the box and listen for hints, but you won't know for sure until you take the plunge. The search is a mix of science, detective work, and clever technology. Teams use everything from computers to cutting-edge sensors, combining old-fashioned know-how with modern tools. Once they've found a promising spot, it's time for the next step. The team prepares for drilling, but before they break ground, they need to be even more certain. But how do they see underground? That's where seismic surveys come in. These surveys send sound waves deep into the earth, helping scientists create a map of what lies below. Let's find out how scientists listen to the Earth's secrets and use those echoes to uncover hidden oil reserves. Geologists can't see underground, but they use seismic surveys, vibrations sent into the earth, to map what's below. On land, special trucks called thumper trucks send vibrations deep into the ground. These vibrations bounce off different rock layers and echo back to the surface. Microphones called geophones pick up these echoes, helping scientists figure out what kinds of rocks are down there. Under the ocean, boats use sound pulses and underwater microphones called hydrophones to do the same thing. All the echo data is sent to supercomputers, which create 3D maps of the underground world. Geologists and geophysicists use these digital models to spot the best places to drill for oil. It's a high-tech blend of geology and computer science. With a clear map, they're ready to drill. Let's see how they reach deep underground to get the oil. Once a promising location is identified, the real adventure begins, drilling down into the Earth's crust to unlock its hidden resources. Enter the oil rig, a colossal, complex machine designed to dig deep beneath the surface. These rigs are marvels of engineering, built to withstand harsh environments and operate around the clock. Oil rigs can be found on solid ground or standing tall above the waves in the open ocean. Their most recognizable feature is the towering derrick, which supports the heavy lifting equipment needed to drill deep wells. At the heart of the operation is a long drill pipe, tipped with a rugged spinning drill bit. This bit chews through layers of soil and rock, sometimes reaching depths of several miles below the surface, all to reach the precious oil trapped far underground. To keep the drill bit cool and working smoothly, a special fluid called drilling mud is pumped down the pipe. This mud does more than just cool. It carries crushed rock, called cuttings, back up to the surface and helps control the intense underground pressure. Drilling doesn't happen all at once. The crew works in stages, adding new sections of pipe as the hole gets deeper and deeper, carefully connecting each piece to create a continuous path to the oil. Meanwhile, geologists are hard at work, examining the rock cuttings that come up with the mud. By studying these samples, they can tell if the drill is on the right track and how close they are to reaching the oil reservoir. The entire drilling process is carefully monitored from a high-tech control room. Here, operators watch screens filled with data, making sure everything runs safely and smoothly, and ready to respond to any changes deep underground. The ultimate goal is to reach the reservoir rock, a layer where oil has been trapped for millions of years. It's like searching for a hidden vault buried far beneath our feet. Imagine using a giant, powerful drill to break through tough rock, all in pursuit of a hidden treasure chest filled with valuable oil. But simply drilling a hole isn't enough. The well must be reinforced to make sure it's strong and safe, able to withstand the pressure and protect the environment. Next, let's explore how the well is transformed into a super strong straw, ready to bring oil up from deep underground without collapsing or leaking. Here's how engineers use steel casing and cement to keep the well stable, prevent contamination, and prepare it for the next stage, oil production. To keep the well safe, crews line it with strong steel pipes called casing. After drilling each section, they lower casing into the hole and seal it with cement, gluing it firmly in place. This prevents the well from collapsing and stops oil or gas from leaking into other layers. The process is repeated in stages, with the well getting narrower as it goes deeper, like a telescope. When the well reaches the oil reservoir, a special tool blasts small holes through the casing and cement into the rock. These holes create tunnels for oil to flow into the well. The result, a secure, sealed pathway from deep underground to the surface. The well is now a super strong, deep straw ready to bring up crude oil. But how does the oil actually get to the surface? Let's see how oil is pumped up from the depths. Sometimes natural pressure pushes oil up the well on its own. This is called natural flow. But as oil is removed, pressure drops, and the oil needs help to reach the surface. That's where artificial lift systems come in. The most common is the pump jack, the nodding horse you see in oil fields. It uses a rod and pump to lift oil stroke by stroke to the surface. Another method is the electric submersible pump, which pushes oil up like a boat propeller. Sometimes gas is injected to lighten the oil and help it rise. The goal, keep oil flowing steadily from the reservoir to the surface. Once it's up, the oil's journey isn't over. It needs to be cleaned and separated. Let's see how crude oil is prepared for transport. Next, stop, separating and storing the goo. Crude oil from the well is a messy mix of oil, gas, water, sand, and mud. At the well site, it flows into a separator tank, where gravity does the work. Oil floats to the top, water sinks, and gas rises to the very top. Each part is collected separately. Gas goes to pipelines, water is cleaned and managed, and solids are removed. The cleaned oil is stored in giant tanks, ready for the next step. These tanks hold thousands of barrels, acting as a buffer before transport. Oil is measured and tested for quality before moving on. From here, it's ready for a long journey to a refinery. But how does it get there? Let's explore how black gold travels the world. Cleaned crude oil must travel to refineries, sometimes thousands of miles away. Pipelines are the main way to move oil over land, acting like underground rivers powered by pumps. For overseas journeys, enormous oil tankers carry millions of barrels across oceans. At ports, oil is pumped into and out of these supertankers for delivery. Trucks and trains also move oil from smaller wells or to places pipelines can't reach. Each method has strict safety rules to prevent spills and accidents. Moving oil is a massive global operation, connecting fields to refineries everywhere. But with all this movement, safety and environmental care are crucial. Let's see how the industry works to protect people and the planet. The oil journey is complex and can be risky, so safety is always the top priority. Workers wear protective gear and train for emergencies like fires or leaks. Blowout preventers, giant valves, can seal wells instantly if pressure gets too high. Constant monitoring helps prevent accidents and protect the environment. Companies follow strict rules to minimize land and wildlife impact and restore sites after wells are closed. Wells are permanently sealed to prevent leaks. Emergency teams are ready worldwide to respond to oil spills, using booms, skimmers, and cleanup crews. The goal: keep people safe and protect our air, water, and land. Oil gives us energy, but it comes with responsibility. Let's use it wisely and care for our incredible planet Earth.